It is our hope that these honors will serve as elites for you to continue to render selfless services to humanity. To our students who are graduating today, who have completed their studies and are graduating today, I say warm congratulations. You have just completed another phase of your life's journey, but the journey continues. I therefore admonish you to be diligent, steadfast, focused, and be godly as you continue with your journey. Do not forget your alma mater, but always think of how you can contribute to the greatness of our great university. May the good Lord continue to guide you and preserve you all as you go into the world. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, now specifically appreciate your presence here today. It is our prayers that when it is time to return to your various destinations, the good Lord will grant you journey mercies to your various destinations. Thank you for coming, and may God bless you all. Thank you for listening.
Sir, I have the privilege to call upon the Vice Chancellor to deliver his address.
It's okay. Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and visitor to the National Open University of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, ably represented by the Executive Secretary of the National Universities Commission, Professor Julius Okoje. Permit me, Your Excellency, to stand on the already established protocols, since my Chancellor and Pro-Chancellor have already established such protocols for want of time. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to this convocation arena, the convocation ground of the National Open University of Nigeria, which today we know we have arrived on the promised land. We thank God and I welcome you with a divine love, because this land was promised to us since 1983, and it took us 33 years to get here. We are very grateful to the people of Nigeria. We are very grateful to the government of Nigeria for all the support that saw us to this promised land. I also want to especially welcome the very first Chancellor of the National Open University of Nigeria, Igwe Ambassador Lawrence Okolio Chikeze Agubuzu OON, I want to welcome especially the members of Governing Council. I want to welcome especially our dear graduates. I want to welcome especially members of the Senate of the National Open University of Nigeria, as well as my colleague visiting Vice Chancellors, both from here in Nigeria and abroad. Mr. President, it is now traditional that the National Open University of Nigeria holds a convocation annually. But permit me to mention some of the few achievements we made since the past 12 months. After last convocation, we've been able to acquire some more structures in our university by virtue of the special intervention and support we received from the federal government of Nigeria, especially through TED Fund. And we have been able to build a new and modern lecture theater at our model study center, the Abuja Study Center, which is at Duse Alaji, Abuja. Also, using the special needs intervention, we've been able to build a School of Agriculture in the Kaduna campus, as well as a farm. And we have been able to build a model study center at our Pt.5 study center. Similarly, ladies and gentlemen, if you take a look around, you will find that by this time last year, I was making a sincere apology to my colleagues, Vice Chancellor, from other universities for making them sweat before they could enter my convocation ground. But today, we are sitting in the Open University of Nigeria, and I'm sure you are all very comfortable. I am saying this because this ground where we are, using the special intervention from federal government through TED Fund, for which we are very grateful to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for approving this. We have been able to build our Senate building, which is just behind this convocation ground. And all around the 20-hectare land given to this university in 1983, we now have, standing on this ground, a structure which is meant for the School of Health Science, with an administrative building attached to it. So also do we have a 400 capacity specialist hospital and with an administrative building, all courtesy of the federal government through TED Fund. Equally, I must let you know that we have built a mini sports stadium at our Kaduna campus, apart from the School of Agriculture complex and the university farm. We remain very grateful because the federal government has been very supportive to this university to ensure that we meet our mandate. Equally, we have moved our study centers, and we acquired 8 new more study centers, and our study centers now stand at a total number of 72. The 8 new study centers that came on board for this period of review include that of the Bogoro Study Center, which was commissioned by the former head of state, General Yakubu Gowon. We also have a study center which we have built at Oka Akoko in Ondo State. So also is a new and modern study center at Mushin in Lagos. So also we now have another new study center at Abakaliki in Ebonyi State. With Abakaliki coming on board, that of course has completed the first mandate of this university, that we must and should establish study centers in all the 36 state capitals of this federation. And in the long run, in a period of 25 years, we must and we are going to have a study center in each of the 774 local government areas in this country. And we have started that. Ladies and gentlemen, during this period of review too, some of the major academic activities that took place in the university include that of our normal inaugural lectures from our professors. During this period, 3 professors presented their inaugural lectures, and these professors are Professor Justus Shokefun, the Dean of Law, Professor Ibrahim Salau, the Dean of the School of Education, and Professor Joy Eyisi of the School of Arts and Social Sciences, and our director at the National Assembly Special Study Center. I want to assure you that we benefited greatly from these inaugural lectures. So also among our academic achievements are the establishment of 4 new research centers, which are the Center for Diversity and Inclusion in the School of Management Sciences. We also have the Olusegun Obasanjo Center for Anti-Corruption in the School of Law. We have a Center for Natural and Traditional Medicine Research in the School of Health Sciences. And last but not the least is the Center for Climate Change and Disaster Management in the School of Science and Technology.